Buffalo Bills. I want Joey Bosa. Josh Allen's MVP. You know what you get. We don't need to harp on that. Joey Bosa could be, he could be Joey Bosa, right? He could be the guy who was
He is. He's got a calf already.
I know he's ready Bosa.
I told you, dude, that's the wrong city to go to when you're a guy with, some ailing injuries. You don't want to go to Buffalo.
It's not even cold yet. He could be the double-digit sack guy we saw very early on in his career. Even of late when he's been healthy. 2021, he had 10 sacks according to PFF. But last 3 years, 503 snaps in 2024, 320 snaps in 2023, 203 snaps in 2022. The guy is not a pillar of health, one of the most injury-plagued defensive linemen you'll ever see. But he's healthy. That is he's probably better than Greg Rousseau still. He's your best rusher. So he's a much more important player.
And you know what? I think this team is built to have people show up come playoff time. They've got a number of guys, two of which are going to be missing the first 6 games of the season for PEDs. Is that the deal? Well, Joey Bosa, I'm sure they're telling him that calf, just rest up. Go lift your weights. Go hit your shoulders, tries, buys, back. And come see us when the Mercury's in retrograde.
Maybe he shouldn't be maybe he should be doing like yoga or
that's what Julius Peppers did. Julius Peppers never lifted, bro. He was just in there doing he'd lock his feet into the bench and he would just do those things where you do hamstring decels. He would do those. Yeah. He would do band work, and then he would go out there and just pillage football fields.
Until he was 38. Maybe that's the secret. Just keep it limber. When you're that much of a freak, you don't need to reach new heights of lifting. You need to just keep those tendons firing on all cylinders. All right, Miami Dolphins up next. I went with Patrick Paul, your newly minted left tackle there for the Dolphins, your second-round pick from 2024, who, when he was thrown to the Wolves last year, wasn't good. And I've talked about how at 6'7", he's going to be into his sightlines. I'm a little worried about that. I'm curious to see how it goes because he had a 44.9 PFF grade last year in 338 snaps. He was not good. And that is not a hard offense for pass protecting when you have Tua Tagovailoa. And he still was an issue. So I just think going from Toronto Armstead, one of the best in the NFL, to him, we'll see how it fares at all.
Dude, the article that we're getting all this from has Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey. Those are the 3 biggest question marks, I think, in the league. Tyreek Hill, are you going to get some semblance of the cheetah who I saw on Aiden Ross's stream yesterday? And for those of you who don't know, he's one of these edgy YouTubers. Tyreek was on a party bus with them. Jalen Ramsey doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be anywhere, by the way. You ask anybody that's been around, him on any of these teams. He wanted out of Jacksonville. He wanted out of Los Angeles. After a Super Bowl, he wants out of Miami. And then for Tua, we know the deal with Tua. He is a prolific quarterback. He's somebody that can run Mike McDaniel's offense to damn near perfection with his anticipatory throws, with his rhythm and timing. But he's got that one giant red flag. And you are one hit away from Zach Wilson being out there running Buster Solid deep shots. So that's what I'm going to have my eyes on. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I do think the Dolphins, they have a lot of guys whose range of outcomes are all over the map. The range of outcomes are not even all over the map. They're not even on the football team, right? The range of outcomes are not even being there this fall. So weird team to break down at this point in time. New York Jets.
Justin Fields
is obviously the headline. I went with Breece Hall, though. I think Breece Hall is because it will be, as much as it'll be a Justin Fields show in terms of he'll be running the football a lot. I think no one touches the football as much as Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall may have more touches than Justin Fields has pass attempts. And it's going to be a run heavy offense. That's what your offensive line's set up for. That the talent you have on the outside in terms of receiver outside of Garrett Wilson, which is to say not much, you are set up to run the football. And Breece Hall, after an insanely good rookie season, 5.8 yards per attempt, was promised to be this next big thing. towards the ACL that rookie season. It just hasn't looked the same. But he is still 23 years old. He didn't turn 24 until Saturday. Had 6 fumbles last year. Like there are reasons to be very excited about him when you watch him. But like, if it doesn't happen this year, it ain't happening. But like, if he is the guy we saw as a rookie, you have a chance. You have a chance to make the playoffs, in my opinion, for the New York Jets.
A 9.9 or 9.9 RAS score is what the most important player for the Jets had in this year's combine. He goes by the name of Armand Membu. Oh, yeah. And if they're going to run the football, this is going to be the tip of the spear that which you follow into the void. Okay. Justin Fields is going to get to know Armand Membu's ass so well. Breece Hall is going to know each freckle that is on Armand Membu's back. And as well they should, because he's a stud. This team is going to be built to run the ball. And if they hit a home run with that first pick, it's going to be bode very well for this offense.
With the size of Membu's ass, that's going to take a while. So
dude, a lot of studying.
Better start studying now, Breece. All right, New England Patriots. It's just Drake May. Yep. It's just, where does he push? Where does the ceiling go? I think it's sky high. I think his rookie season was insanely impressive given the supporting cast. Now, the supporting cast is still not great, right? I think if you're just stacking his supporting cast up with all the other supporting cast in that draft class, he is dead last. But I think it's still good enough that if he truly is as good as people think he is, he'll be able to overcome it, and they'll still have a top-tier offense. So it's Drake May.
Do you remember the video from the Minnesota Vikings in probably 2017 where they were like in the locker room asking, who would you not want to date your sister? And
yes.
Everybody said Stephon Diggs.
There's the video of him on the boat yesterday.
Like Stephon Diggs. Okay, by the way, back to football. I'm glad you saw the video, because I saw the video and I was like, this guy is just like, he's
a
90s R&B
That's what I said when they signed him. I'm like, do you add one of the biggest, just like,
the anti-venom is Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. Well,
he might let him be himself as long as he is a tough SOB on the field, prepares, does all the stuff.
Yeah.
You can be whoever you want when you leave the building, as long as you're nice to people and, treat people with respect. But when you're here in the building, you do that. And if Stephon Diggs could do that, awesome. I think Mike Vrabel might have the messaging for that, because Mike Vrabel's played with guys that are like Stephon Diggs before.
I'm just like sitting here laughing, imagining like that clip, and then Drake May's like off screen in that boat. I don't think it works. I don't think he's there. I don't think Drake May's getting the invite.
Okay,
that boat
that could be good though for Drake May.
Bandits Horizons. All right, AFC North.